Here we go. What's going on, beautiful people? This is yours truly, Versace. Welcome to the Juan Elro Talk Show. Today is Martin Luther King's Day. I hope everybody's having an amazing day today. If you lived in the Northeast, you know you woke up with a nice, heavy thing of snow today. Yep, we were out there shoveling. It is freezing. And today I'm doing another reaction here on the PBD podcast. Shout out to my brother Patrick, Adam, Vinny, and Tom, and the team. Shout out to everybody there too, for giving us all these beautiful, wonderful videos. And today I'm doing a reaction on this because it has to do a little bit with faith. And you know me, with God, I don't play games, right? So Don Lemon, the fake black man, the fake gay man, the fake news reporter, the fake everything. This guy's a disgusting, racist human being. And what he did, I believe he should be in jail, honestly. My opinion. I think Don Lemon should be in jail for everything that he's been causing and doing in America. Disrespecting and violating people's, what's the word I'm looking for? Damn. How do I forget words, bro? Listen to this and let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts, guys?
Pastor is there minding his own business, doing his thing, and all of a sudden, everybody sees this clip going viral, okay? And the clip is of Don Lemon with this pastor, and the pastor's like, what are you doing? Like, let us do our thing. Just watch this clip to kind of get an idea what's going on here. Go ahead, Rob.
What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
But there were folks who said,
I have.
This the word I was trying to get is faith. Messing with people's faith. This idiot decided to go to a church and bring protesters in the church because this guy is an ICE agent. And he decided to go bother this pastor and interrupt his service and then corner this pastor while he's doing service. Listen to this.
To take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship.
Yeah, no, not in the church, you idiot. Like, bro, really?
We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities.
And sometimes, I know, guys, I'm pausing this too much, but let me get this out the way. Remember, YouTube, we're not here to bully or harass anyone or to share hate speech. We're here to do a reaction. We're here to learn what to do and what not to do in certain situations. All right, YouTube? So please, I'm not here sharing hate speech or none of that. I'm here doing a reaction on certain things that you can do and not do in this world. So, Don Lemon, I can't wait to see you behind bars, brother. You do need to sit down for a little bit.
That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be
That's
very
why
respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus. That's why we're here. Okay, that's why we're here. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
We're about
and
worship.
love these folks?
No, Jesus would not be. A matter of fact, Jesus would have hit you with a lightning bolt.
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
No
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to
Unless you're here to
chronicle what
worship.
happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here. We're here to worship. We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So, Rob, give us the context of this. This is what?
wrong,
This is
Pat.
at a church, I believe, in Minneapolis, right?
Yes, it's in St. Paul. From what I found, the church is in St. Paul. The pastor that is at the church also works for the local ICE organization, and that is why the protesters showed up to protest his church service. But apparently what they violated was called the FACE Act, which prohibits you stopping people in a house of worship, and that's punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine.
Vinny, where are you at with this?
Well, okay. I know from time to time I speak about evil on this podcast, and I want people to know I'm not doing it out of repetitiveness. I'm not doing it because I have a lack of content. I just want to show people over and over what we're dealing with. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, it talks about not flesh and blood, but about evil people, okay? I honestly think Minnesota is cursed. In 2024, Rob has a video. Rob, you can just fast forward it to the end. Satanic worshipers honor Tim Walz with the plaque celebrating his
listen to this,
refusal to oppose the spread of Satanism at the state capitol. Look at this. Yeah, Pat, let her read this, Rob. Go ahead. This is in their state capitol.
Worshippers thanks Governor Tim Walz for not standing in the way of spreading Satanism in the state capitol building. Satan has a special place for you.
Wait, what?
This is in the state capitol.
Of what?
This is a plaque. This was a plaque of Baphomet expressing gratitude for a Democrat-aligned coalition of Satan worshipers. And the inscription proclaims that Satan has a place reserved for Governor Tim Walz.
This is where, though? This is in
Minnesota?
the
state capitol in 2024. I don't know if it's still there, Pat, but this is what I'm trying to tell people. And Rob nailed it. The freedom, it's the freedom of access to clinic entrances, the FACE Act, federal law that makes it a crime to use force, threats, or physical obstruction to prevent someone from accessing a place of worship, okay? And Don Lemon knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Immediately after this, he was at the airport trying to cover his tracks saying, I didn't know.
Yep.
There's videos of him before with the girl that was behind it, kissing her and knowing what he's doing. He's not dumb, okay? Do what you want, protest wherever you want. People are trying to worship and be in church. How many Catholic priests, Elon, we talked about this in the back, were arrested for trying to tell people to not have abortions? They've arrested Catholic priests and gave them 6 months in prison, okay? And this is the one thing that's bothering me about this. Pat, you nailed it, that it's going to keep going over. How many more warnings? How many more investigate launches? How many more? Pam Bondi's tweets yesterday were so infuriating. I know the AG, the Assistant Attorney General, she was saying, we're going to look into it, we're going to look into it. Look into what? You have the video. This is exactly what the statute says that they're doing wrong, and it infuriates me. It infuriates me because if Democrats were in charge, every single person in Minnesota would be in jail right now. From the mayor to the governor to the protesters, anybody involved with this tomfoolery would have been freaking locked up, but it's Republicans, okay? They just bark and Democrats bite. It drives me crazy.
Tom, where are you at with this?
Well, I'll tell you where I'm at. Not to be repetitive, we can go back to right after 9/11. And in New York City, conservatives and Americans were warned not to block the mosques that were in New York, that the FACE Act would be, that you would be violating the FACE Act and you would be prosecuted. You can have a protest in the park with a permit against Islam or radical Islam, but what you can't do is get on the sidewalk in front of the mosque and make a large mob, even if you're just standing there peacefully, and prevent them from having access to their house of worship. I'm not defending Islam. I'm telling you, this is what the FACE Act does. And if the Assistant Attorney General, and that's what I want to focus on, if you're really going to put a tweet up to get people like me or Vinny or people that are appalled by this to, oh, great, you know, the Attorney General's office has responded to it. No. What are you doing? Don Lemon was there as a facilitator. He wasn't with the organized group that we see, but he was facilitating it. He was coming in there. He was waving. And so he was actively part of it. So I believe that Don Lemon was an accessory to the violation of the FACE Act. And I think Don Lemon and the people who are there, the ones that organized it, should be prosecuted. Because do you think today that if a group of conservatives did this at a mosque, that there would be prosecutions? In 5 seconds. Yeah. In 5 seconds. So why isn't there a prosecution against the organizers? And then Don Lemon, sorry, dude, you trespassed. You came in here. You were interrupting it. Oh, it wasn't freedom of speech. You're even misquoting statutes. Sorry, dude, you're an accessory to it.
Let me show this, and I'm going to come to Vinny. Here's Don Lemon. Here's a different clip. Watch this. Vinny, I'm going to come to you after this.
This is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street, you start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution.
This is messed
and you start doing all of that.
And if you guys notice, right, everybody that's on this side, they were all in church, okay? Don Lemon decided to rush into this church, okay, with these protesters and try to attack the pastor because he works for ICE. This is not good. This is a violation, honestly. And I guarantee you, Don Lemon's going to pull out the black card. Oh, this is racism. How many white people we know be crashing churches? That's a lie. I haven't seen it.
People get upset and angry. And if you remember what the civil rights movement was about. The civil rights movement was about these very kinds of protests. There's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt.
No,
to
you're
make them
not.
comfortable.
You're not supposed to protest inside of a church, bro. While service is being conducted, bro. You can't do that. Like, you got to be the most dumbest black dude on planet Earth, bro, to think, yeah, this is our freedom. This is our rights. We can do this. We can just go and do what we want. This ain't cool, bro. This is not cool at all, chat. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this?
And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe when I say everyone has to be willing to sacrifice something. You have to make people uncomfortable in these times. If you see how uncomfortable people uncomfortably, this is the beginning of what's going to.
That guy, Don Lemon, serves a different master than we. He also said, this is the beginning, and I quote, this is the beginning of what's going to happen here. Okay? And thank God nobody in this church was armed, or God forbid something happened, because that's what they want. You said this earlier, Pat, in the green room. They're looking for that next thing. This is the type of person that's paid, God knows who's actually paying him, probably George Soros or the whatever society that he runs. Yep. This is the type of stuff, Tom, the open society, that they're pushing, and they send people like this in. Okay, this is exactly what they want. I'm tired, and I know I'm speaking for the majority of people out there. I am sick and tired of the waiting and the launching and the writing letters and referrals and Clintons and everything. Enough already, okay? Because you nailed it, Pat. Something is about to happen. It's only a matter of days, maybe a week. Somebody is going to shoot. And Tom, you mentioned the mosque. If they came into a mosque, trust me, those people would have done people would have been hurt. Don Lemon's ass would have been handled in that church.
Let me know in the comments what your thought, guys. And if you guys want more of this, all you got to do is let me know in the comments, and I'll give you daily videos just like this. And remember, chat, we're not here to bully or harass anyone. And I do read comments, good, bad, ugly, don't matter what. Okay? Ain't nobody going to stop us. They took my big channel. I'm coming with this one. Better, safer, and more responsible. I love you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments, what do you think should happen to Don Lemon? Love you guys.